Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's very clear that right now on both Rebirth and Caldera, the sniping meta is very popular. And of course, what goes hand in hand with the sniping meta? The sniper support meta. And today we are breaking down the top 5 best sniper support options in Warzone right now. As we go through it all, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here or if you have not already subscribed, every day I got you covered with all things going on in COD, news, updates, loadouts, tips, it's all right here. So feel free to hit that sub button and turn on those post notifications. Also, if you ever want to get yourself a pair of Gamer Advantage glasses, code Immortal has got you covered on everything on the site. They offer regular or prescription lenses, plenty of different frame options, literally the best in the business. Gamer Advantage has your back, or I guess I should say eyes. The link for that will be down in the description below. So first up, real quick, obviously we're focusing on sniper support, but what about the snipers themselves? Just wanted to go over my 2 preferred sniper loadouts real quick. Of course, the first one is going to be the Kar 98K. We know this thing is a beast. On this, I'm running the monolithic suppressor, 27.6 inch barrel, tac laser, the sniper scope, and the focus perk. Same setup as always here. Absolute beast of a sniper. The other option here would be the Swiss. Both these guns are just phenomenal snipers at any range on any map. Like, they're just so consistent. Same setup as always on the Swiss as well. GRU, combat recon, the 5mm laser for that better ADS, bruiser grip for better mobility, and then also the airborne elastic wrap for better flinch resistance and also a better ADS. So the first sniper support gun here that I want to focus on is the Ram. This thing is ideal for sniper support because it's got that faster fire rate and decent mid-range TTK, which quite literally is perfect for using it with the sniper. Obviously, you got that cover in the super long range fights. The Rams got you covered in every other situation here. This setup is a little bit different than our main primary setup. First and foremost, of course, we're always going for the monolithic suppressor. No surprise there. For the barrel, though, usually as a primary for the Ram, we'd go for Ranger. In this case, we're going for Eclipse. This still gives you better range and better velocity, ideal for some of those mid-range fights. It just doesn't help out with the control as much. But the Ram's a pretty easy weapon when it comes down to the recoil pattern as is. It's very easy to learn, especially for medium range fights, some close range fights. It's not too big of a deal whatsoever. I'm also running the tac laser on this build. Better ADS and better aiming stability, just making it a little bit more aggressive. Alongside the Commando foregrip to help out with some of that recoil, makes it pretty easy. Then lastly, I go for the 50 round mag on here. No optic. I like the iron sights, ideal for those sniper support areas. In general, super fun weapon to use and absolutely perfect for pairing with a Swiss, with a Kar, or any other sniper. Next up, no surprise here, the Welgun, one of the top SMG options in the game. This thing is great up close, as we all know. We've talked about this many times before, but over range, it actually has really decent damage. Like, it's actually a good SMG hybrid in a sense for close and medium range fights, which you don't see a ton, but it definitely works out here in the case of the Welgun. So we're going for the recoil booster first up alongside the shrouded barrel. Gonna make it almost have no recoil, honestly, while also giving it a better damage range, so perfect for medium range fights. For the optic, going for the slate reflector. That helps out in some of those longer engagements where visibility might not be as good. I'm still going for the remove stock here just to maintain that good mobility for close range fights. Also running hand stop for better control. The magazine, the Gorenko 40 here, better control, better accuracy, ideal for medium range fights yet again, obviously. Definitely going for length in this case alongside polymer just to maintain control over range. Then I'm also going for acrobatic for some better movement, and then also quick for some better mobility as well. You got close range, you got medium range covered here in almost the perfect way. Moving on, another super fun sniper support weapon, the Milano. This thing's really making a comeback recently. I've seen a ton of players running this. It is a good gun, great TTK through that medium range area, which, like I've said multiple times already today, is perfect for sniper support when it comes down to it. So here we are going for the agency suppressor just to maintain that stability and that control in some of those medium range fights. You'll see why this is especially important in just a moment. For the barrel, going for task force, better range. Obviously, it's going to help out a ton. Also going for the 3x optic in this case, which is not something you usually see on a sub. But in the case of the Milano, it works for close range, even though it is a 3x optic. It also works perfectly for medium range as well. Gonna go ahead and rock the bruiser grip on this for some better movement. And then lastly, gonna go for a 55 round drum. You could also go for 45 if you wanted to as well. Both of those work just fine. But this as a build for sniper support is probably one of my favorites. Now, a super interesting choice for sniper support is actually the Grav. I know True Game Data, Tony talked about this a little while ago. This thing is not really a great long range rifle, but for sniper support, it actually works really well because the recoil in those medium range fights is not super noticeable. It's definitely usable in there and in those engagements. but also it's got insane damage as well. So you got that close range TTK, that mid-range TTK covered for sure. Obviously, we're going for agency suppressor in this case. Tony actually made a really good point when he talked about this gun. You don't necessarily need to run a barrel. A lot of these are going to slow it down more. While you do get some better control out of them, it's not necessary to like maintain that TTK or anything. If you wanted to run a barrel, I'd probably go for something like the Ranger in this case. Still going to help out with that vertical control, but it's definitely not necessary by any means. I am going to run the Field Agent foregrip just to help out with that control a little bit alongside the 50 round mag. That works just fine in this case. You could use the 3x optic if you wanted to. That's not bad for mid-range. You could also use a Microflex LED if you wanted to. Then for your last attachment, you could definitely mess around. I know Tony was talking about the Raider stock a little bit. This is a great option, gives you some more mobility and makes it a bit more aggressive. You could definitely go for that. You could go for something like a Serpent Wrap if you wanted a better ADS, or even something like a Tiger Team Spotlight on there and get some better mobility with that. I think this is how I'd prefer to build it, just to make sure it's nice and agile still. But when it comes down to it, the Grav is definitely a really good choice. All right, post-edit Zach here. I know it said this is the top 5 sniper support options, but as I was going through and editing this, I felt bad leaving the Type 100 off the list. I mean, this thing is truly insane. On paper, it has the best TTK of all the subs up close. It just has the control factor for that fast TTK build that is not super good. But for sniper support and for a mixture of close and medium range fights, the Type 100 is actually insanely good still. Low recoil, especially with this build here, and it's got that power as well. So here we are going for the recoil booster as always, alongside the 374mm barrel. That's going to help stabilize this gun and make it way easier to use while still maintaining that good TTK. Also running the slate reflector on here, the skeletal stock for some better mobility, the hand stop to help out with that control, the Kerr's 48 round drums, again helping out with that TTK and keeping that damage up there. Lengthens, polymer or fabric. If you want to go for that faster ADS, you could definitely try out fabric on here. Then acrobatic for the better mobility alongside quick or fully loaded as always there for that perk 2 slot. And then finally, I got the Cold War AK. We all know this is the most versatile gun in the entire game. You can build it for long range, for close range, for medium range, for sniper support. Literally the most versatile. Like I said, it doesn't get better than this. In this case, we are going for the basic suppressor, helping out with that ADS while also keeping us off the radar and helping out with the velocity as well. For the barrel in this case, I don't feel like you need to run the RPK. It's going to slow you down a little bit too much. Takedown's not bad. Neither is Liberator, helping out with the velocity, but also the control as well. Gonna go for the basic Microflex LED, little red dot on there, nothing too crazy, alongside the Spetsnaz grip still just to help out with the control. Then lastly, probably the 45 round mags over the 60 just for the mobility benefits. Great sniper support build though, ton of fun to use and super consistent, just like all these other options in this video today. And with all that being said, those are what I believe to be the top 5 best sniper support guns in Warzone right now. That's going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video or if you found it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you're new here or if you have not already subscribed, every day I got you covered with all things going on in COD. So feel free to hit that sub button and turn on those post notifications. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.